Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably sitting here like, what the fuck is a gotcha tuber over here talking about political stuff? Yeah, no, I have done this in the past. Okay, twice, actually. I've done this recently on my last two videos about how, Donald Twink was over here doing some stupid ass shit, to Iran, and the fact that Australia is over here, they have this ban effect for users who are under 16 to, not have social media. You just recently had the UK pass this law or this bill that, users have to upload their government ID in order to access any type of social media. And when I say that the UK was pissed about this, yeah, they had 5 different petitions who literally reached to 300,000 signatures, and this was in less than a week. Now, please make note that I'm an American and I don't know much about other countries' political systems and how they work out. So I do apologize if I do tend to have autonomous information, and I also tend to misunderstand some things. So yeah, please make note that that's a thing that is likely to happen, and it might just have some You wanna know something that's ironic? How in the living McFuck are we having all of this drop down on us in a very short of a time span? Because none of this is spaced out. Like, it's literally country after country after country who's like, oh yeah, it's all about protecting the children from explicit material. Yeah, no. They don't care about none of that. So don't even have that drilled in your head, because they're just manipulating the hell out of you. And when I say manipulating the hell out of you, yeah, of course they're going to try to pass laws to make the Americans have their way, or make any other country's citizens to have their way to make themselves look good, when in reality they're actually taking from us. They're making benefits for their own self rather than their own citizens, because at the end of the day they have higher power over us. We're literally like fucking slaves. At the end of the day, we work for the government. We also work for ourselves, because obviously we got to fend for ourselves. We gotta live. We need a roof over our heads. But at the end of the day, that money also goes to the government. You wanna know why? You gotta pay fucking taxes. So parents and adult figures, even teens, if you really think that these laws that they're passing for online safety, it's literally called the Online Safety Act, is a good thing. I mean, it seems like it's a beneficial thing, but in reality, yeah, no. The government is trying to get as much fucking information out of this. And the crazy part about it, they already have access to our social security numbers, because how do you expect certain, like, people, and in certain situations you get income from the government? Yeah, you need your social security number, your birth certificate, to indicate that you are a US citizen, or to indicate that you are a citizen of the UK, Australia, Germany, France. You have birth certificates. So the government already have enough information about you. Now they're just secretly trying to collect more information and more information, trying to spawn us as much as they can. Why? Because they want to control us like fucking marionette dolls. Like, what do you mean that I have to upload sensitive information such as my government ID or driver's license in order to play fucking Roblox? Because that's another thing. I mean, to access voice chats. I mean, even so, why would you want to access? Why would you want Roblox, a game, okay, made by a complete stranger that you don't know, to access this information? I mean, voice chats, it's really not even that worth it. Because at the end of the day, you have phones. Another thing that has a high amount of hypocrisy is that, oh yeah, let's go ahead and pass this act where, we're going to protect children from explicit material, fucking, pedophiles, sex traffickers, and, getting exploited, when they're literally publicly defending a fucking sex trafficker. And I mean, oh, they still haven't even tried to release the Epstein files. So how the hell are you worried about some children's safety when you're actively supporting and trying to defend and hide a fucking sex offender? And even realistically, when you're around other people, you're going to obviously run into things like this. It may not be more put out there, but still, cause you have parents who curse like a fucking storm. You have me. You have all these people who do these things that children get exposed to outside of the online world. So it really doesn't prevent much of anything. Think about it for those who are US citizens. If you remember the whole TikTok ban, it literally lasted for a whole entire day, and then oh boom, oh my god, TikTok's back up. If they were really worried about China and all of the spying on us, then they would have kept it banned instead of, bringing it back up. So that right there alone lets you know that they do not care about our sensitive information being exported and being put out there to different parts of the world and stuff, or, other people to spy on us. They don't care because, again, they just would have left it banned. And honestly, me as a person, I don't care much about TikTok. I'm sorry to those who are on TikTok who watch my content. I care about you, but it's just the app that I don't give two shits about because, in my opinion, the app is just, it's just a shitty ass app that, Now, starting with the UK, as of July 2025, platforms had a legal duty to protect children online. Platforms that are now required to use highly effective age assurance to prevent children from accessing pornography or content that encourages self-harm, suicide, or eating disorder content. Now, here's the thing. Again, I get that these are issues, but you also have to think about it. Why do you just now try to put an effect on this when this has been a thing for years? Social media has been out for years, and I mean the early 2000s type of deal, like pretty much around a little bit around where I was maybe 3, 4, 5 years old, and it's 2025. I'm 18, so why the fuck are you guys now worried about these types of situations when it's been a thing that's been happening for the longest? Now, do you guys remember as like younger kids or even like as young teenagers that our parents would say, don't put your sensitive information out there to online strangers because this is where kids get trafficked, they get exploited, groomed, etc., etc. And then we come from that to, oh, holy shit, let's go ahead and dox ourselves on the internet by putting our government ID photos and shit to verify our ages. Now, what the hell happened to that? Because wait a minute, didn't once upon a time we're trying to, that's right, protect our kids and ourselves from having our personal information being put out there online, potentially getting to, hackers and all sorts of other shit. What happened to that? Because that immediately took a quick turn. And I mean, it took a quick ass turn because it did not take them long to pass these acts and to have these ideas of, oh, you know what? Let's just use our government IDs and stuff to, make social media platforms more safer. Now, when it comes to children or really people in general accessing harmful content, such as content that has any type of mentions of suicide or like self-harm or anything along those lines, or anything that talks about sexual education and stuff like that, then people they're gonna be like, oh well, they're gonna be scared about it. That's the whole point. The whole point of you being taught these things is to fear them. Why? Because you obviously don't want this shit happening to you. So, or you don't want anybody doing these types of acts and stuff. So yes, you're going to get educated about it. Now, you do have people who will just straight out promote these types of things for the wrong reasons. But the original concept of a lot of these things that are now considered as harmful material, except for pornography and all that shit, was it was considered for educational purposes. Now moving on to the whole social media ban for users who are under the age of 16 in Australia. So pretty much this is now going to be a bill that's going to be passed in December of this year, and it pretty much bans users who are, under the age of 16 to access any type of social media platforms unless they give their government ID and stuff stating that they are 16 and as of age to use social media, and their parents cannot intervene with this at all. But yeah, your parents cannot interfere with this type of thing at all, regardless of the fact that they are your guardians and they have an ID, because yeah, it's really gotten to that point. And honestly, again, it doesn't really prevent anything, because you have, since kids now, they're so tech savvy, they're gonna find ways to bypass all of these things. So yeah, you only now the governments are trying to fix these situations when it's been addressed years ago. And why are they only trying to fix this situation now in 2025 when social media has been out for over 10 years? Oh, it's simple. They want your information. Yeah, they don't care nothing about your child's safety at all. That's thrown out the window. That whole entire thought and idea is thrown out the window. They care about your information so they can spy on you, so they can know every single move that you're doing. You want to know something? As soon as you click on something that you are interested in, why all of a sudden you immediately get recommendations for other stuff, like the same stuff that you're interested in, off of different apps. Like, let's just say, for instance, I am interested in Gacha Life on YouTube, but I've never watched Gacha Life on TikTok, and then all of a sudden, all these Gacha Life videos popped up on my feed. Now, let's just pretend that I'm not even a gacha content creator. So, how is that even possible? The government already knows, already has access to certain types of things that we don't even know of. We're not even fully aware of these things. Why? Because we're fixated and focused on a ton of other things that, you know, that's on our minds. We're not thinking about, oh, the government's spying on us, or how the government is like finding ways to find more information about us so they can control us more. No, we don't think about that on like every second of the day. We think about other things like bills and homework. We think about, I don't know, our pets, reading a book, content creation. We think about all sorts of daily activities as we continue to survive in life. So we don't think about this a lot. So when they come out with shitting out these laws to make it look like they care about us, they really don't. And again, as stated, they're going to try to manipulate you as much as possible to, get their hands on whatever stuff they can get their hands on, instead of, oh, you know what, let's actually care about how our citizens are being affected by these certain situations. And they don't even have to be just about online shit. It can be in general outside of the online community. And yet, in some way or another, it always manages to either backfire or it gets worse. It never gets better at all. Not now one situation that we had in any issue that we have in this world has been solved. It's gotten worse and worse over time. Nothing has gotten better. So for them to really act like, oh, we're just going to shit out these laws and, to make it seem like we care about how our people are. Nah, it ain't that. So yeah, I'm gonna keep on repeating this so we can get it out of the thick skulls, because we all know that they don't care about us. They care about power. They care about controlling us because we are the smaller people. They are always going to be the people above us at the end of the day. There's always going to be somebody with high authority, whether it's a queen, a president, even your own mother is going to have higher authority over you. It's just the way how life is, unfortunately. Well, no, I wouldn't even say unfortunately in some cases, because you're always going to need somebody to look up to. You're always going to need somebody to help you live in life. You need some guidance, but you don't need the wrong type of guidance. Furthermore, they're going to try to shut you up in so many levels. They don't care about what you have to say, because here's the thing. A lot of people, they have cases where they don't get to talk about their side of the story, and then they end up getting arrested or sent to prison and all sorts of shit, and then they could be proven not guilty. They can actually be pretty innocent, and they just don't get a chance to share their side of the story. Why? Because they either get locked up, killed, or something else. And yeah, they're not gonna let you say much. And this is coming from somebody who lives in a country that is quote unquote freedom of speech, or quote unquote free. Yeah, no, this country is not free, and I'm gonna let you know that right now. America is not a free ass country. It's just a bunch of bullshittery. And speaking about America, that's the very next and very last topic I'm going to be talking about in this video, and that is with the whole YouTube and their AI shit that they're about to pass soon in August. I want to say August 13th, and that's with YouTube having this AI age verification thing where AI is going to be scanning your ID or your face and shit like that, and it's to determine whether you're as of age to use YouTube or even any other social media app that's really existing. Because again, I've like said this earlier, but even Roblox, they have you scanning your face and shit to verify your age. And this right here is extremely dangerous, number one, because why are you trusting goddamn robots? Robots out of all things. Why are we trusting Tung Sahur? I don't trust fucking Tung Sahur with my government shit. Even though in reality, Tung Sahur is over here whispering in Mr. President's ear like, oh yeah, yada 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 lives here and here, and they like here and here, and yeah, shit like that. You shouldn't want to trust Tung Sahur with that shit. I wouldn't. But jokes aside, you shouldn't want any robot to be determining whether you're out of age or something that is made by man. We came first, not the robots. We can literally go back to Flintstone years, the yabba dabba do years, and low-key still have human knowledge. While AI, it's something that's built by man, it's built from human knowledge. Other than that, AI would have never been made. And the fact that AI is starting to become more and more of a thing into this world, it's horrible. And I would not trust AI with any type of information. And the fact that this is a thing that's for YouTube and any other social media platform, it's sickening. And here's the thing: if you can't verify your age, YouTube is going to immediately give you they're gonna put you on they're gonna put you on some like restricted shit. I'm pretty sure they're going to flag down channels, terminate the shit, and stuff like that. And I'm gonna be highly pissed off if my channel winds up getting terminated because I refuse to use my government ID so 𝐂𝐭 could get his glances and pantses up on my shit and whispering to Mr. President say like, oh yeah, Lex over here, let's see, I'm over here, I don't know, outside my fucking front yard. I mean, I'm not outside my front yard, but you get where I'm saying. You should not want artificial intelligence to determine whether you're 16 years old or not. Furthermore, you got kids, you got people who don't even look like their age. I'm one of them. I do not look 18 at all. I look 13. I look 13 or 12. So, for them to really use AI to determine our ages, it's just going to backfire so badly. And then you're gonna have people's channels and shit terminated for no reason, all because AI flagged them down and said that they're not the age appropriate they are. Same thing with and another thing on the AI thing for YouTube, they're going to pay close attention to what you watch. You could be watching Dan TDM right now, and they're gonna think you're what, 10 years old? You can watch Afmal, they're gonna think you're like 8, 9, 10 years old, and then they're gonna flag your shit down. Why? Because you like to watch fucking Bluey, and you're what, 30 years old, or you're 28 years old, or you're 21 years old watching Bluey. Let that make sense. Like, you cannot use artificial intelligence to determine somebody's age. That's stupid. It's fucking stupid. And it just doesn't, they're not doing this for the benefit of child safety. They're doing it for the benefit of getting our information and shit like that. They want to know whether I'm in here in my room right now or I'm over here standing under a tree doing, I don't know, playing with the fucking ants. So yeah, this is a big issue that people need to start speaking up about. It needs to be loud because we should not want the government to control us. It is up to our parents to decide whether they want us or they want their children to be on social media or not. It is up to the parents. It is not up to the government to control whether our child is on social media or not. That shouldn't even be a thing of their possession. It is always supposed to be up to the parents, because at the end of the day, the parents are taking care of that child, not the government. The government don't give jack shit about that child at all. And if anything, they would chuck that child out the fucking window. So yeah, it is up to the parents to decide whether they want their child on Instagram, Facebook, on Twitter, YouTube, anything like that, Blue Sky, etc. The government should not even have the thought of controlling and if and nonetheless have the parents not even engage into it, have no sort of way to intervene. They said no, the parents cannot even intervene with this. But that is my child. I should be the one parenting my child, not you. Donald Cheeto Puff should not be parenting my kid or trying to control my kid. That's my kid that I made from my own blood and genetics. So yeah, we need to do something, because other than that, the government is going to have us thrown under the bus, and then they're going to be treating us like fucking slaves. And I'm not even kidding. This this is something that it has to be addressed out loud, and it don't even have to be in a violent way. People can protest without being fucking violent, because that's another thing. If you be violent, obviously the law enforcement is gonna be like, well, hell yeah, you're gonna get locked up because you're being violent. Violence doesn't do anything. It really don't. It just escalates things. It makes it more hard for people to be heard, because everybody's first instinct is going to be like, oh, they're going to assault people. They're going to over here commit arson. They're going to over here rob stores and stuff. No, none of that is necessary, especially for something like this. It's unnecessary. It doesn't do anything. So we need to speak up about this, and not just on the internet, because the internet it's going to come to an end at some point. And the internet is going to be ignored in various of ways. The government is not going to really look on the internet and like pay attention to the fact that we don't want these type of acts being passed. No. They're gonna pass it anyways. Especially something like this if it's convenient for them. So we need to be loud about this. Chester Bennington, the lead singer of Linkin Park, he once said, "Don't turn your back on me, I won't be ignored." What does that mean? Well, don't ignore what I have to say. Don't neglect what I have to say or feel. Don't ignore me. I have stuff to address that can be major issues that can prevent other shit from happening. So, in order to be heard, you have to say some shit. You have to speak up. And even I myself have to learn about this, because I don't speak up enough. Or I don't say shit at all, and I just let stuff happen. And that's where people are going to start taking advantage of you. The government's already taking advantage of us. They've been taking advantage of us since day one. But let's just face it and be realistic. So, we need to be loud about this. We do not want the government controlling our kids. Or we do not want the government trying to get our information using tung sahu, because I do not want Tree Trunk Man over here looking at my government ID and shit. Like, get your tung self on somewhere, because I don't want to be spied on. I really don't. The thought of that is just very disturbing and just ick. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for this video. This video is probably going to be flagged down. It's probably going to be a strike down. I wouldn't be surprised. It's going to probably have a bunch of advisories on it and shit like that. And I just wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, I hope everybody have a great day or night. And please, for the love of God, stay safe. Don't get into any type of unnecessary trouble.